Hey guys, it's Pete. I thought I'd give you a breakdown on how the Shiver turned out after the suspension swap. I finished everything up, ironed out all the small details, taken it for a couple rides, so I thought I'd show you what I did. So this is my 2008 Shiver. This is the bike that I did the Dorsoduro suspension swap on. I took the suspension off a 2016 Dorsoduro 750 and I ended up putting on my 2008 Shiver. So there's a couple videos up on my channel already on how to do this, but I'll run through what you need. Starting off at the front, there's a few different options. You can either just replace the forks, so you take off the black forks that are on the Shiver and you get a pair of forks off the Dorsoduro, the gold ones, and you just slide them right into the triple trees. That's pretty much the easiest way to do it. Second easiest is get the whole front end. So you get as much as you can get. Get the forks, get the brake lines, get the triple trees, steering, everything. Headlight, fairings, fenders, whole lot. And then you just take off the triple tree off the Aprilia Shiver and you do a straight replacement with the Dorsoduro ones. You can keep the controls and the handlebars off the Shiver, and then you just need to go and hook up the brake line from the Dorsoduro. The third option is what I did. I did mixing and matching. So I took a lot of the parts off of a Dorsoduro, such as the forks and the triple trees, got the brake line, but I used a lot of parts from the Shiver as well. So this is the Shiver wheel, Shiver brakes, Dorsoduro brake line, Dorsoduro lower mudguard. As I said, Dorsoduro forks, the Dorsoduro fender, but I used the Shiver headlight, the Shiver fairing, Shiver indicators, Shiver handlebars and mirrors. But these handlebar guards, they are actually Dorsoduro. So I did a little bit of mixing and matching. That's the hardest part because the actual headlight and the headlight mounts between the Shiver and the Dorsoduro are different. So if you're going to go this route where you're using the triple trees from the Dorsoduro but using the Shiver headlight, you're in for a little bit of customization to get it to work. You can get it to work, obviously, I did. It's not that bad, and once you've done it a couple times, it's actually not that bad to remove it in case you have to change the headlight bulbs. But first try, you're going to have to use some custom bolts. If you just use the whole front end, then it's pretty easy. I also went and did the rear. So this rear shock is from the Dorsoduro and the rear swing arm is from the Dorsoduro. Those are the only two parts that you need. Something that you do need to be aware of is that this is the Shiver wheel, it's the Shiver brake caliper and the brake caliper mount and the Shiver brake line. This Shiver brake line right here, you have to bend it slightly. If you don't bend it, it won't clear the swing arm and the back brake won't work. So you need to do a little bit there, just bending it ever so slightly. And then down here with the actual brake, you just have to make sure that it clears the swing arm. If you don't, then you'll have a little bit of clearance issues there. But everything else fits just perfectly. So before I started, I already had the Aero exhaust. So this is Aero exhaust. I still have the catalytic converter. You can see the catalytic converter there. So I didn't do a decat, but I do have an F-duct on there. I do have some other carbon fiber fairings just because the plastic ones were kind of beat up. The bike is 14 years old now. It was theft recovery, so it had been laid on its side. So it's nice to have these carbon fiber fairings. So I got some for the rear, got some other carbon fiber fairings for the front, and had to get new stickers because those carbon fiber fairings obviously are not made by Aprilia, so I got some Aprilia stickers for there. And then I ended up getting a radiator grill as well. So this is a radiator grill from Evotech. Fits on fairly well. All you have to do is you take off these end parts, bolts right on using existing hardware. Because the bike had been laid down, those were kind of marked up, so I got those in carbon fiber as well. So, you know, I kind of played around with a couple different looks with the bike, but I kind of like this one. This one is, you know, the factory gold frame from 2008. It has the first year color that is this kind of silvery, dark silver color, and then the rest is either black or it's carbon fiber. The actual forks match pretty close with the handlebars. So the handlebars were Shiver for that year, they were gold. The forks from the Dorsoduro are gold, so I ended up going with this color scheme, which is gold, silver, black, carbon fiber. I don't know, I like it. Took me a couple goes to see what I liked, but overall, this is the way I like it. So, one other thing that I didn't get a tail tidy. I just ended up modifying this one a little bit. Right from the factory, there's actually a spacer that goes in between. This is the light for the license plate, and this is the actual tail that it has. And there's probably about a 2-inch spacer. So I took that 2-inch spacer out, which moved the light back. There was also a different 2-inch spacer that mounted the license plate as well. You can see here that this is the tail. It just mounts right onto the plastic bit. There used to be a metal bracket that also brought this out about 2 inches. So this license plate mount is now in about 2 inches. And the license plate light there is moved in the same 2 inches. The tires that I have on here, I used to have some sport touring tires from Bridgestone, but I thought with this look, I'd go for something a little bit newer. This is Bridgestone's BATTLAX ADVENTURECROSS SCRAMBLER tire. So this is technically a sport touring tire still. It just has a little bit different of a tread pattern. I do like this tread pattern because I do gravel roads every once in a while. So I do mixed surfaces, both tarmac and gravel. And with these tires, I can tell you they handle a lot better in the gravel than the standard street tires. So very happy with these. They're still Bridgestone tires, they're still BATTLAX, so they still have all the tire compounds that you would get in a normal BATTLAX tire. It just has a different tread pattern. Another part that I had to modify, because the suspension is about 2.5 inches taller, the side stand was too short. So what I ended up doing is I ended up cutting the base off of it, and it used to be right at the level where that triangle is. So right at the bottom of that triangle, the foot actually used to be that high. So I cut off the foot. This side stand is actually hollow from Aprilia. So what I ended up doing is I got some 5/8 round, solid round steel bar, and I ended up sleeving it. So I stuck the 5/8 tube inside of the existing side stand, ended up welding it on, and then I just welded the foot onto there. So this is now my new side stand. It works really, really well. So this is my 2008 Shiver with the 2016 Dorsoduro suspension swap. This is all done with hand tools other than the side stand. Side stand I welded. You could easily take that in somewhere and have someone do it for you. Other than that, it's all basic hand tools. Everything is reversible if I wanted to do it. So there's no cutting, there's no grinding. The only welding was on the side stand. And I think it looks great. Has a great stance, has a great look. It rides really well, especially with those new Bridgestone ADVENTURECROSS Scrambler tires. It handles the dirt and gravel roads just as well as it does going down tarmac. It's a great bike. I love it. I like riding it around. So gonna have a lot of good times on the back roads exploring the country with this one. Anyways, let me know what you guys think, what you guys would do differently, what you guys think I should change. If you have any questions at all to do with the swap, let me know in the comments and I'll respond as soon as I can. Anyways, take it easy guys, and look forward to some other projects on your way.